To truly appreciate it, you gotta earn it, and it's not supposed to be easy. There are no cheat codes. Do the work. Advancing to the next level tastes so much sweeter when you earned it. The Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, we break down the art of healthy hustling, overcoming the inner critic, and growing your creative business. What's going on? You're listening to episode 177 of the Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Scotty Russell of Perspective Collective, and my mission is to help you grow a fulfilling, profitable, and sustainable creative side hustle, or whatever your side hustle pursuit is. At the end of each week, I plug a listener of the week, so stick around to figure out how you can get a permanent shout out on a future episode. And let's just dive right in. Any chance that you're a gamer? For me, I've played PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Dreamcast, Sega, and almost every console in between, even like the Pong days and Atari. I've been on that too. However, my favorite memories were growing up religiously playing the OG red, blue, and yellow Pokemon on Game Boy Color. And specifically, I was rocking the Yellow Pikachu Tribute Edition. No big deal, no big deal. And I played the hell out of that game. I was in like middle school, I believe, late elementary, middle school, sometime around there. And I know that game inside and out. I would still know that game inside and out today. And there was this cheat glitch called Missing No. This glitch Pokemon you could encounter by surfing up and down like the right side of Cinnabar Island. I know, nerding out here. But this hack allowed you to get infinite rare candies and Master Balls, and it let me level up my squad of goons, destroy the competition, and most importantly, catch all the biggest and baddest Pokemon there was to catch in that game. But I want to make one thing super clear. I played the game all the way through like 10 times before I ever found and leveraged that cheat code. What I'm trying to say is that I put in the work to unlock mastery of that game before I started finding corners I could cut. And that's what today's episode is all about. One, accepting that there are no cheat codes to unlock your creative breakthrough. And two, you gotta invest the time and energy to get the results you want. Because true growth and success comes from putting in the work. And my goal for this episode is to drive home the importance of persistent patience. Say that again. Persistent patience. That's what this is about today. And you can read this episode in a blog format. I'm getting my writing on with this one and all my solo episodes by visiting perspective-collective.com/177. And if you found value in this episode, please do me a solid. Spread the good word by sharing a screenshot or a video of you listening or working to this in the background. That's so cool of you. Tag me on Instagram stories so we can connect and I can reshare the love back. As always, keep an open mind and act on anything that inspires you today. Let's go. Let's get started with this one. I'm going to call this section TV Dinners and Creative Dreams. So if you were, or maybe you currently are a gamer like I used to be, imagine how rad it would be if all those cheat codes we memorized as kids or teenagers or adults, if you're still gaming these days, imagine if we could carry all these cheat codes over into our creative pursuits. It'd be pretty dope, right? Or would it? It's a tough pill to swallow, embracing that breakthroughs don't magically manifest in 2 minutes like a frozen banquet TV dinner that you caught from Walmart on the end cap for the 10 for 10 deal. I see those all the time at Walmart, and to me, those things are nasty. They're gross. But, that's a good value if you're on a budget. Yet so many creatives want immediate results like that when they haven't paid their dues. And the old me would disagree with what I'm about to say. But the more experienced woke me, I got quotations up when I say woke me, understands that I'm glad there's no magic pill or secret formula or fancy snake oil hack to unlock overnight success. And Scotty, why do you say this? Why wouldn't you want this overnight success? And what I've learned over a roller coaster 6 years of pursuing Perspective Collective and then 10 years since I graduated, since I've just been like side hustling on my own. And why I say this is because true growth is baked into the persistent grind. As you continue to advance, you learn new hacks, tricks, and strategies. That way, if you happen to just revisit a previous level or a previous circumstance, handling it is already baked into your routine, okay? You know how to figure it out again. That's like the new cheat code that you can use after you've mastered it. And you gotta suck butt early on in order to grow. It's better to suck butt now than suck butt later and be in a shitty situation. And I'm showing my age by saying this, but imagine playing the old school Nintendo Super Mario for like the first time. I'm talking about the old school gray Nintendo when you had to blow on the cartridges. And while you're playing Super Mario, imagine like the first time you're doing it, you're trying to leverage the skip worlds to teleport hack. All right, probably it's all over YouTube now, but back in the day, you had to hear about this from word of mouth or friends or some kind of Nintendo magazine. And now that you've teleported, you went from world 1 over to like world 10 where shit is just crazy. Now you find yourself just sucking butt, figuratively, not literally, at this advanced level because you didn't invest the time to learn how to properly play and grow. And not only do you suck now, but you can't appreciate the cheat code because you didn't earn it. It's hard to appreciate something when you don't have skin in the game because you've bypassed the cost of entry. It's like the unappreciative jerk who had their college paid for, so they skip school to party and bullshit. They don't feel the friction of flushing their parents' or grandparents' hard-earned money down the toilet, as opposed to those who paid for their own schooling. And I'm not saying everybody whose parents or grandparents invested in them, they're all unappreciative jerks. No, I'm not saying that. I actually know some friends who did, and they worked their butts off and got all A's, superiors, and still played sports. But I had some other kids who maybe I'm a little bit salty because I paid for my own schooling. And so seeing those people just piss away that money that their parents gave them just kind of always rubbed me the wrong way. But if you didn't pay for your own schooling and you don't appreciate it, you're going to pay for it eventually when you're thrown into the real world at an advanced level and now you're sucking major butt. And I'd rather suck butt up front and grow rapidly versus sucking major butt down the road because I took the easy path. Or let's spin it this scenario. Compare this to that free ebook you downloaded that's collecting dust buried in that second level desktop folder. You didn't pay for it, so it doesn't hurt when you don't use it. I know what you're talking about because I do the same thing. So when you got skid in the game and when you pay for it and it comes out of your own pocket and your own money, it hurts when you don't apply something. So that's what this is about. And you got to suck in the beginning. No one's going to be a genius or a master whenever they're attempting something new. And you can't just skip worlds like in Mario and pretend that you're going to have the skills to do the work at that level. So do the fucking work. To truly appreciate it, you got to earn it, and it's not supposed to be easy. There are no cheat codes. Do the work. Advancing to the next level tastes so much sweeter when you earned it. It's all about playing the long game. Persistency over time unlocks results and helps you advance to the next level and get the results that you want to see. So keep playing the game and enjoy the process. You got this. PC family, short one today, value packed. Life is crazy with a newborn and a busy toddler. So, if I'm going to get a short one in, probably going to be over the summer where you're going to start hearing these, but hopefully there's a ton of value and takeaways that are tucked in the way in here. So like an action step for this would be, what's holding you back right now from taking the action? Is it perfection? Is it because you're scared to suck in the beginning, afraid that people are going to judge you, you won't be accepted because you're not a master at what you're doing already? So if it is something like that, write down what you want to do, and I want to challenge you to write down what are the things holding you back. And another task is project yourself in the future. Maybe you're on your deathbed. What's going to happen if you don't take the action now? What kind of regrets are you going to have? And then look at the pros versus cons. Or the pros of me not doing it now because I'm scared of this outweigh the cons of me not doing it by the time I hit my grave, So clearly you're going to see that it's silly letting the small, little, pointless things holding you back from taking the action and chasing what you want in life. It's just so ridiculous when you look at it at a grand scheme of things. Like, damn, I wish I would have started this yesterday or 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So I don't want you to be in that spot. And that's what this episode is about today, is just investing the time of sucking butt early to be good at something, to advance to the next level and taste the greatness, the sweetness of when you earn something, you earn that milestone, you accomplished that accomplishment, these new accolades, and you progress, and you can look back a year from now and realize, like, damn, I made so much growth. I'm not the same person I was a year from now. And that's what I take pride in with the podcast and with my students and my coaching program. And that's what it's about, all right? To never look back and see that you didn't make growth a year from now. So if you did find value in this one, it would mean a lot to me if you shared this with one of your friends, your family, or your following. And if one thing specifically stood out, it'd be dope for you to take a picture on your Instagram stories or connect with me via Instagram, and let's connect so I can reshare the love back. And if the show has helped you anywhere along your creative grind, there are 2 ways you can support what we're building here. Number one, and this is the big one that keeps the show going, is by financially backing the show at Patreon over at patreon.com/perspective podcast, like my family Iron Bean Coffee Company and Tony Minix do. Shout out to you guys. I really appreciate what you're doing for me and the show and helping me fund it with all the dope helpers I got helping me get this going. So the second way is by subscribing and leaving a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. Not only does it help the show climb up the charts in the arts design category, but it staples you and locks you in as a future listener of the week, like this week's listener of the week. And this one comes from Samantha, who was just in the June coaching program over at Herding Blue Creative. She titles this Motivational, Educational, and Entertaining. She states, I look forward to each new episode. I can feel my creativity and motivation to push my limits grow each time I listen. I love that while learning crazy valuable side hustle skills, I also giggle and smile along as Scotty teaches. He's super relatable and loves corny jokes as much as me. Again, that's Samantha at Herding Blue Creative. And yes, she got to experience the coaching firsthand and knows just how dumb and silly I can act. Even though I may sound super serious here, but trust me, I'm just a goober. I'm a super silly dude. As I sign off, I want to give a huge shout out to my podcast editor, Anya Brennan, executive assistant, Paige Garland, video specialist, Colton Bacher, social media coordinator, Hannah Schick, and Nick Jenkins of Bluka for all the dope theme music you hear on this show. And as you finish off your week strong, I want to encourage you to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep creating. You got this.